As a family caregiver, my day begins at 4 a.m., before my loved one awakens, before the phones begin to ring, before breakfast needs to be made. My days are spent running my business, grocery shopping, cooking special meals, making financial arrangements, dealing with healthcare professionals and insurance companies, and running various errands. It's not a surprise to anyone who knows me that I would take on the full-time task of taking care of my mother. I have been my mother's caregiver for the past 10 years. In 2004, she was diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma and was given 3 months to live. Since the day I was born, my mother and I have been extremely close, like sisters and best friends. My mother is a retired science and special education teacher. It was hard seeing my mother decline from being a fiercely independent person who loved to work, garden, attend church, and shop, to needing daily assistance with basic tasks such as cooking, traveling, and making phone calls. My mother has always been known for being an advocate of the elderly and providing help to anyone in the community who needed it. As my mother's illnesses have progressed over the years, she has required more care, which I have been glad to provide. Some of the hardest days are traveling to medical appointments, making sure that I have referrals and medical cards in tow, long waits for Access-a-Ride, and the anxiety of meeting new healthcare providers. I have been a family caregiver for the past 10 years, helping my mother through bouts of cancer, surgeries, heart disease, and the difficulties of navigating the sometimes confusing healthcare system. Recently, my mother was diagnosed with peripheral artery disease, and we learned that she would immediately need bypass surgery. The news was devastating when the doctors told us that she was high risk for complications and would unlikely survive the procedure. My heart broke seeing my mother's worried face. I immediately began to pray for her. After coordinating with her vascular surgeon, several appointments of stress testing, and a final clearance from her cardiologist, I helped my mother prepare for surgery for the next morning. We arrived at the hospital at 6 a.m. that morning, not knowing what the day would bring. The minutes seemed like hours, feeling as if life and death loomed over us. The nurses were kind and attentive. Their eye contact and warm smiles shifted the atmosphere and put my mind at ease. As we waited for the surgeon to come, my mother and I passed the time, laughing and talking, cherishing each moment as if it were our last. I felt honored to be her caregiver. After Mom was taken in for surgery, I was led to the waiting room where other families waited for their loved ones to come out of surgery. The nurses told me to wait for a phone call on a black conference phone that hung on the wall in the corner of the room. I tried to keep my mind occupied as I waited for the surgeon's call, listening to books on my iPad, drawing, and surfing the internet. But the worry overcame me. I finally received the phone call and was told that my mother's surgery had been successful. I was quite relieved and grateful to God. My mother finally awakened. I kept looking at her monitors to make sure that she was okay. Illness is a great equalizer. No one is immune, no matter what family background, prestige, or fame he might enjoy. We all have physical bodies that have limitations, and we all face challenges with health sooner or later. I thank God for the opportunity to serve as my mother's caregiver. Taking care of a family member or close friend during a time of chronic illness or disability is one of the greatest gifts one person can give to another. After my mother's angioplasty procedure in the spring of 2014, her peripheral artery disease continued to worsen. She was hospitalized on several occasions for severe pain in her legs, shortness of breath, and spreading gangrene infection on her foot and toes. The toes on her left foot had turned black, constantly oozing pus, and carried the stench of rotting flesh that filled the room. Because of the severe pain and weakness in her body, she had lost her ability to walk and had become confined to a wheelchair. After having a Doppler study circulation test, Dr. Goldstein found several blocked arteries in her left leg, causing her to need immediate bypass surgery. As an informed patient, my mother decided to help herself by learning more about peripheral artery disease and making significant lifestyle changes to her diet and exercise routine. After being released from the hospital, I took my mother for an appointment to see her cardiologist for a final clearance for her bypass surgery. By that time, her body had gone into septic shock from the gangrene infection in her foot. She could no longer keep conscious for more than a few moments at a time. I feared that my mother was dying. The next morning, my mother and I arrived at the hospital for her bypass surgery. She still couldn't stay awake for more than a few moments at a time because of the septic shock. She was soon taken into the operating room by our hero, Dr. Goldstein, and his fantastic team. As I sat in the family waiting room, I prayed for my mother. The months of recovery after my mother's bypass surgery were difficult. She was still wheelchair-bound due to severe pain in her legs. The hallways of her apartment were too narrow to accommodate a wheelchair, leaving her with no choice but to crawl to get to the bathroom and kitchen. She could no longer cook for herself or eat, causing her to lose 30 pounds. Dr. Goldstein informed my mother and I that she would need an amputation for the gangrene on her foot. We were both afraid. Say something for the camera.
I'm suffering. Oh God. Actually, this foot looked better actually at home than it does here, huh? But still, it has improved. You'll be okay.
You feeling okay?
You're in a lot of pain.
Let me see. Let me see that foot.
Let's see.
Man, I smell that foot from here. What? Man.
I started to bring some room deodorizer with me.
So you're saying you smell that foot all the time? You smell what I smell all the time? That must make you crazy.
The difference with you is,
What?
see, it comes up and I smell it from this way. You see, it's in my body.
It's in your
I
body.
smell it.
Oh my
The odor
God.
comes directly to my nose.
Oh my God. How do you deal with that?
Oh, I smell it all day and night.
How do you deal with that?
I try hard not to be crazy. And it's just really a lot, you know? But I read. You know, I have the best cable. And I just talk to God. No. No one else screams here. So
Everyone screams, it's okay.
Oh, really?
Well, some people scream, some people...
Ay. Just a little teeny bit. Jesus Christ, okay. Oh. I'm really glad to see you, though. Oh.
I'm glad your foot is sort of looking better. I mean, it's moving.
It's what?
It's moving in the right direction.
Oh, it is.
It's stable at least. You know,
Okay.
it's like it's warm.
Oh God, Jesus. Okay.
So how?
Oh yeah,
All right, that's it.
Come on.
What are we gonna do for the swelling?
I don't know. Jesus. Well, don't touch it.
Your foot still hurts?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Does your foot still hurt?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my God, you can't be serious.
I am
Oh
serious.
my God, my heart stops. Are you serious?
When we touch your foot, it should be better.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Is he serious?
Yes.
What are you saying?
I'm saying I want your foot to feel. Yeah. I mean, you're doing fabulous. You did,
God.
right?
Only you could say that to me. Oh my goodness. Okay, you gotta help me figure this out. You see.
All right. I'm gonna put a Doppler on your foot. I feel a pulse, so I'm surprised.
Okay.
All right.
Listen, that's all.
All right.
I'm
Let me
asking
give this
for.
2 seconds.
Okay.
You got.
Ay, ay, ay.
You got about
What?
maybe 10 more.
Oh, you're kidding.
Come
Oh,
on.
oh. I have a very low threshold of pain right now. You know. I'm usually a great soldier with this kind of stuff. But, boy, I've been through the ringer.
Yeah, you have been.
But there's a good upside. Guess what?
What?
While you were gone, I tried to make as much progress on every front as I could. So, I had my kid feed me at least 5 to 6 times a day,
Okay.
so that I could get back into because the medication for long toe is lost. It is insanely painful.
I mean,
So
should
now
we take?
what-
Should we take this off? I mean, should we?
Well, not today.
No, I mean, it would have to be done in the hospital.
Oh, that's fine. Okay, try not to touch me. Yeah, come
And I
on.
wonder whether or not taking this toe off would make you feel better sooner. I don't know.
Why is this? What do you think? Why does this hurt here?
Well, you may have had some damage to the nerve because of how long the foot was ischemic, you know, because you had such poor blood flow for a while.
Okay, because it's consistent. It's all the way across.
Yeah,
It's like cement.
right. It
Painful.
feels heavy.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Listen.
you probably had some nerve damage to it.
How did you know it was felt heavy? I have really been freaking out. I've been praying to God to see you. I said, well, God, let me live to see him.
Or were you planning on not living?
What?
How come you were planning on not living? I mean, what was the...
See, you're young.
Yes.
And
You're not
you-
so old, though.
Oh my God, I'm triple the age of your parents, I'm
No,
sure.
you're not. My parents are the same age as you, older than you.
They
How old
can't
are
be.
you?
I'm 65.
Yeah, my dad is 79, and my mom is 75, okay?
Wow.
So I think you're young. Sorry. Sorry to give you that news. Yeah, I think, you know,
Listen, how can you, listen, tell me what to do to keep the swelling down.
the swelling, we're going to put an ACE wrap on. And I guess what we'll do is we'll let this go on for another 10 days.
Okay,
And then we'll see. If it's not, we'll just take this off.
Okay.
I mean, this one, I think, here, in all honesty,
Mhm.
I think it's going to be completely fine.
okay,
This one, I think, is going to be fine, and this
Okay.
one's not.
okay.
It just depends. But I think, so let's put an ACE wrap on it, elevate your leg, and then we'll see you in 10 days, okay?
Okay.
All right, you're taking the aspirin and the Plavix?
Yes.
Okay,
Oh,
good.
wait, take a picture of me in my coat. No, take a picture of me like this. Let's see. Oh my God. This
So
is
you're gonna
very
live
different.
now?
Yeah. Oh my God. Now, listen, this makes for a much better show. Oh my God. I'm going to live. Oh my God. You don't have any idea. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, you're gonna live, so that's the good news.
I told you he could do it. If anybody could save me, it would be him.
Absolutely.
See, it's not being neurotic. What happened was, don't touch my foot though.
I have to put the ace on,
so I'll be
touching your foot.
Okay. Okay. Not on that bad toe. What are we gonna do?
No on the toe. Not on the toe.
Yeah, not okay, right, okay. Oh my gosh.
So this is gonna help with the swelling, okay?
Okay.
So hopefully that will help with the pain.
Listen, Cheryl, do you believe this, Jasmine? Oh my God.
Well, you have the best surgeon,
Listen,
the best
of
doctor.
course. Am I not right?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm so smart. Oh my God, don't I know everything?
Yes.
I knew this. Oh my God, I knew he could save me. Oh my God, he left me. Oh my God. Jeez. Do you believe this? Oh my God, that hurts.
It's the morning of your surgery. How do you feel?
Well, I'm praying for my surgeon. He's the best. So it's up to him and God, you know.
What's going through your mind right now? Are you in fear? Are you happy?
It's been a long road. It's been tough and nerve-wracking. Seems like you get hammered. This third surgery. I never dreamed I'd have a first surgery.
Actually, this is your 5th surgery in just a few months.
Okay.
You had 2 angiograms,
Oh, okay.
bypass,
Okay.
all those.
Yeah, there's just so much you can think about and process. So I don't think about it in its entirety. I put it in little compartments. It makes it easier. It makes me less afraid.
How important is it to have a caregiver as you're preparing for a surgery? How important is that?
My God, I can't imagine. I think about it sometimes. What it must be like for a person to go through some of the things I've gone through alone. You know, I have you and other people who love me, but I can't imagine how people keep going. And have no one. And a lot of people have no one. I've seen them in doctors' offices and hospitals and stuff. And that takes an extreme amount of strength and resolve. You know, just a lot of times you have faith when I don't. You know, and you're largely the reason why I stay alive. It gives you something to do.
This morning you prayed. What did you pray for?
I prayed for Goldstein. I really did. He is one of the most outstanding people I've ever met. He's a funny young person. Yeah, a very funny young man. And I have faith in him. I have faith in God and I have faith in you.
He is a gifted surgeon.
Yeah, he is.
How important has it been? Now, you have a good relationship with your surgeon, Dr. Goldstein.
Mm-hmm.
How important is it to have a doctor that you trust, a doctor that believes in your healing process? How has that affected you in this process of having all of these surgeries over the past few months?
I know what it's like. I think Goldstein was a gift from God to me. And he was the perfect person for me. He understands the way that I think and my attitude towards medicine and the responsibility of the patient to participate in their own healing. And so he understands me very well. And we are heart to heart, soul to soul. That's important. I've had doctors that I really hated. And of course I've had a couple that really hated me. So, this is an extraordinary gift that at the worst time in my life, I never dreamed that I would be in a life and death thing like this. I never dreamed it. I just didn't. Although I have chronic illnesses from childhood and sickle cell and all that. But I just never thought that I'd see these days. And so the fact that by a fluke, I get this gift of this particular person that I trust, it's a laugh. It's funny how God does things. He
will place a person strategically and say, I hear you and I know what your journey is, and I place this person in your path to help you do what is seemingly impossible. And I can't tell you how overwhelmed I was when I woke up from this last surgery. Luckily for me, this is one of the things I like about Goldstein. He actually sort of told me how bad this was going to be, but he mostly didn't. And so I went into it, and I wasn't particularly afraid. I would have been had I more clearly understood. But I like him, I trust him, and he's just so smart. But most of all, he has treated me so kindly in a very patient way. He did things like he personally got on the phone and he arranged a housekeeper for me. He arranged, the nurse thing.
And physical therapy.
Yeah, oh my God, yeah. And repeatedly, he was, functioning on my behalf, doing things and making arrangements for me that was not his responsibility. And he got on the phone to my family, remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And he's talking, he's explaining things. And the pharmacist thing. And almost more than the surgeon thing, he has been my friend. And he has listened to me and understood. And created a safe space for me, in the hospital setting and at home. And money can't buy that. You would never know that he's one of the top surgeons in the country. As a matter of fact, I saw it on the internet. I looked him up and I was going to put some kind of letter of commendation or something. And on the internet are these beautiful letters from people who had their parents treated by Goldstein. There's these wonderful 4-star glowing letters about him, saying some of the same things that I've said about him, and so it's all good.
That morning, my mother and I arrived at the hospital for her foot amputation surgery. She had regained her ability to walk with the assistance of a walker. Before leaving her side, I prayed over my mother as she lay in her hospital stretcher. The moments while she was in surgery passed by like weeks. But soon the nurses called me to let me know that she was out of surgery. How are you feeling?
Do you have anybody downstairs?
You don't feel good?
I'm grateful that I did the surgery. The pills start working a little more.
And that's really awesome.
You want some ice chips, some ice water?
I am asthmatic and a heart problem, different things. And so I didn't know if I could come to this surgery. So it's an awesome day. It's an awesome day that I just opened my eyes and I was back again, I'm just very grateful, And now we get to really go full force, with our work. So it's a great feeling. It's a great day. It's just, a lot of pain. But I've been living with that for a long time. This is a great day. No kidding.
What do you want to do when you get home?
Oh gosh. I'm so glad to be going home. And the flowers, you bought me beautiful flowers. So I put them away beside my bed in different places. And we ate food yesterday. And maybe you'll make some cookies for me. Cookies. I like cookies. And we can really get on the ball. Great.
Okay.
I'm gonna get out of your way with the shot.
All right.
You took it?
Yeah. All right. Thanks.
Awesome. Great. That's great. We're doing a documentary
Yeah.
on this whole peripheral artery thing.
Yeah.
It's been like hell for real. But it's great. I have several conditions that make this kind of look dangerous, you know.
Yeah.
And I keep waking up from these surgeries. I've had 3 so far. And God is good. I woke up today, you know,
Yeah.
because you just never know. So every time I have a surgery, I always make sure my house is, you know, in order and this and that, just in case I don't come back.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So I'm coming back once again.
You sure are.
Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. Really great.
So you've been up, right, to the restroom? Did you walk on your foot already?
Yeah.
Okay. And when you were walking, was it? I know they gave you a block, a numbing medicine.
Yes.
But then I heard you kind of still were having a lot of pain.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it probably is worn off.
Yeah.
But you were able to walk okay with the shoe on? I mean, it's a little clumsy, but
She wasn't really able to walk with it yet.
did you feel? Were you able to feel the floor? Did you have sensation, or was it numb?
The shoe was too heavy for her.
Yeah.
The shoe was too
Oh
heavy?
yeah, the shoe I can't do because to have something on it like that, I can't do that. It's the
What I'm
pain
going
is
to
horrific.
do is I'm going to give you a cane just to
Okay.
give you a little extra support while you're walking.
Okay.
Oh, she has a cane right
I have
Oh,
here.
she has?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right,
But thank
never
you.
mind.
Thank you, though.
But that's nice that you thought of it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh, what she needs is just a wheelchair downstairs.
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, unfortunately, with the surgery you had, that shoe is the best shoe we can give you for now.
It's fine. Yeah.
I just want you to be safe, so if you
Right.
need the extra support with the cane,
Right. Ooh.
this one here,
Okay.
that was
All right.
just taking off the extra stuff that you don't need. I'm sorry, the cane is a little sticky.
That's okay. Very good. You're an Italian?
My husband, not me.
Oh, okay. I like that name, too.
Uncle Joe.
He's not in the mob, is he? I'm kidding you. I'm kidding.
Nah,
I had
not
to,
that I know of.
I couldn't resist. Couldn't resist. But
I know, it's not that common.
couldn't resist. I have to behave myself. I told those games that I've been behaving myself these days. So the
It's more
lady-
fun to be bad.
I know. That's true. I have a hard time resisting. So, but anyway, so Dr. Vic, she says, "Oh, does that mean that you can, act bad?" I said, "Yes." Dr. Goldstein said, "No, it's perfect." I was shocked he said that. Oh, okay. I said, "Yes." I like her. Isn't she cool? Dr. Vic?
Dr. Vic?
Yeah, she's cool.
She is.
Yeah.
She's good.
Yeah, she has the vibe of a murderer. She does things,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she's fearless,
She's good, though. She's very good.
Oh, I know.
I'm going to just put the side right.
Oh, Jasmine, see, the nail, see that nail came back, but not this one really. And that's soft. You asked me about it?
Yeah, you got to give it a chance.
Yeah. And the other ones aren't really coming back too much either. With my daughter's help, my leg was so bad had no plans on walking anymore. So I had my wheelchair. It was so bad. And she made me start walking again. And I'm glad I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was terrible. It was very frightening, yeah. But now I walk.
Yeah, it's good if you can walk,
Yeah.
It helps.
It was a bad time. That's why I don't want to
Get there.
Yeah.
Again.
I don't want to get so bad.
Alright, so try.
You know, I've never felt comfortable in a cemetery of all places. But a couple of years ago, a friend of mine died, and her name was Daisy. And I remember standing at Daisy's grave, and she and I both had some very serious health issues, and at some points her health was better than mine and vice versa. But when she passed away, I remember distinctly standing right here in St. Raymond Cemetery and promising Daisy that I would seize every opportunity to go forward and reclaim my life and live it not just for myself and not just for my child, but for her. She was an extraordinary woman who loved life, and she was very brave and very strong. And so not long after Daisy passed away, I found out that I had peripheral artery disease. It started out with just a lot of pain in my legs, and I was unable to really walk more than a block and a half at a time. And it got to the point where I couldn't really do my housework, I couldn't go shopping, that kind of thing. And the doctors weren't able to find out or tell me exactly what was wrong. And then finally, my left leg turned really red and gangrene appeared on my toes. And it was a crazy situation, and all of a sudden I was facing surgery. Maybe I would make it through the surgery, maybe not, because of my age and because of the how far advanced the PAD was. I could possibly lose my leg, on and on. And I was afraid. And it was really one of the biggest turning points in my life. And it just happened that the vascular surgeon that I was referred to happened to be right across the street from where my friend Daisy was buried. And I didn't take that very well when I arrived here, and I looked across the street and I said, oh my God. And I tried not to take this as a bad omen, And I went through some really, really difficult times. I had 5 surgeries in a very, very short period of time.
In the course of a year and a half, my mother had 5 surgeries under Dr. Goldstein's care. She was resilient even in the toughest health circumstances through bypass surgery, gangrene infection, septic shock, and even an amputation on her foot. Thanks to Dr. Goldstein, she not only lived and kept her leg and foot, but she has regained her independence. She is now able to enjoy the activities that she always loved, such as shopping, cooking, dressing and feeding herself, walking longer distances, going to the movies and theater, and gardening. She also volunteers at a local nursing home. The impact of Dr. Goldstein's genuine concern for patients and his real-life efforts to assist them through their journey of illness and recovery inspired my mother and I to start the Goldstein Project. Each week, our organization provides chronically ill senior citizens and their family caregivers with small home makeovers, food, clothing, laptop computers, and small cash grants for emergencies. If you have items that you would like to donate to this wonderful, life-changing project, please give us a call or visit our website at caregivingandyou.com for more information. You would be surprised at how a little help and love goes a long way in making someone else's life better.